Hello, welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfiligoj here again with Lara Sowinski. Laura, how you doing today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I am doing well. It is another nice warm day here in Northeast
Oh, good.
Ohio, but the weather's supposed to change this evening. I know they're calling for some snow by the end of tonight and into tomorrow. So get our first taste of snow for this season. But again, it's the holidays, so what the heck?
Well, yeah, I don't miss those crazy wild swings in weather where you're shorts in the afternoon and then you're sitting by the fire roasting marshmallows in the evening. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't miss
although if you know, I know a lot of people live in Nevada and Las Vegas and Arizona, and I know when I've been in those parts of the world on trips, I know wearing short sleeve shirts in the afternoon and then I'm pulling out the winter coat at night. So, just it's the desert thing, I
Yeah.
think. So, but anyhow, it's Ohio and in the holidays, as I said. So, hey, some news to share. I know this is that time of year where, again, we're getting ready to release the 2024 Crop Life 100 list. So, that should be up online here in about another week and a half. And the issue should be out in early December. So, look for that. But I have some news that involves two Crop Life 100 companies to share. For years, a company called West Central Ag Services out of Minnesota has been a member of the Crop Life 100. I know they ranked in 2023 at number 31 on the list. Pretty good, decent sales. But they've actually had themselves in play, and had two competing offers for the company. But now the board of the company, on November 19th, has recommended the company accept an offer of acquisition from CHS, our friends in Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota, for $225 million. So again, now this recommendation goes to the members of West Ag or West Central Ag
hmm
Services, and they'll be voting on this on November 26th, coming up here very quickly. So if they approve that merger deal, then the West Central Ag folks will be part of the CHS system,
Well,
probably starting in the beginning of 2025.
well,
So again, that's a trend we've seen a
however,
lot this year, Laura.
right.
You know, these fairly large-sized ag retailers deciding that, hey, there's strength in numbers, and we're strong, and these guys are strong. So if we get together, we'll be doubly
hmm
strong. So,
Right.
like I said, that's a trend we've seen a lot
Yeah,
of.
yeah. November 26th, that's the day that they're going to vote. Is that
That's when the members will be
okay?
voting on this. So yeah, and again, assuming that the vote is positive, then I'm sure they'll spend the month of December, besides celebrating some holiday time, getting all the formal paperwork signed, and then come next year, these folks in Minnesota, these two big ag retailers will be joining forces. So.
Interesting. Yeah, good.
All right. So, hey, I guess you have some news to share with our viewers, so I will kick this over to you before you come back to
Yeah,
me.
thank
So,
you. I'll start with saying, in the last year or so, talking about Chat GPT and um, where does it play, particularly, I think about it, and, in my own role as a journalist, editor, and certainly thus far, as I've played around with it, um, good way to organize things, gather. I mean, there's definitely, as they say, kind of like an assistant, if you will. And I certainly have found places in my work life that it fits. But when it comes down to specific stuff, it doesn't have. I can't say, well, what do you know about something very specific. But there was a couple announcements this week. A Wall Street Journal article that came out on November 13th, and um, with some additional coverage from Shane Thomas in his newsletter from November 18th on, excuse me, an announcement that Microsoft made on November 13th concerning Bear and a small language model um, called Expert Learning and Use. So ELY is the acronym. And I would have to say this is really a compelling development in terms of something specific, subject matter expert specific to agronomy and ag, and it's really an exciting thing. So let me read you a couple excerpts here from the Wall Street Journal article. Again, this is from November 13th. The title, it's a legacy agriculture company and your newest AI vendor. So again, on November 13th, Microsoft made this announcement that it was working with Bayer and a couple other companies, actually, outside of the ag space on specialized AI models fine-tuned to industry-specific data. The companies can now list and monetize those models on Microsoft's online model catalog. So for Bayer, that means an AI model fine-tuned with its data and designed to provide answers on agronomy and crop protection is available to be licensed by its distributors, new ag tech companies, and even potentially competitors. The model can answer questions about ingredients in an insecticide or whether a product could be applied to cotton, for example. Sashi Desai was quoted. He actually, it was nice to see his name in there. He was on our Tech Hub Live program a couple years ago. But anyway, Sashi said, a lot of folks have the same pain points that we have. There's a lot of ways to not only amortize our own costs by allowing others to collaborate off the same platforms or build on it, but also to up-level the outcomes for our customers. Rockwell Automation, again, is another company, a handful of these that are doing something similar with Microsoft, as well as International Data Corp. And an executive with International Data Corp said when it comes to enterprise adoption of AI, industry-specific and domain-specific models are going to be the game changer. When with these more focused models, enterprises can spend less time doing their own fine-tuning and get more value out of AI sooner. This is going to become a lot more prevalent, she said. So I think that's a really exciting development, and kind of been following, the evolution of generative AI, like with AI agents and so forth. But this development, particularly with an ad company, Bear in this case, is really, really exciting. I mean, talk about upping the value of generative AI. And as
Well, and that's interesting too, because I think you might remember, and viewers might remember too, a couple weeks ago when after I had visited with our friends at Nutrien up in Canada, I had the video clip by their digital person talking about the roles for AI that they foresaw in ag going forward, and one of them was that the users could ask the AI, "Hey, is this product in spec? What can you use this for, etc." And it's nice to see that this is getting utilized. And again, you mentioned Rockwell International. I know back in the 90s when yield monitors were just coming into the marketplace, Rockwell was a big player for a short time in ag, making those yield monitors. So it's nice to see them making another foray back into agriculture again after all these years.
Yeah, again, this is really something exciting, like, really upping the value of generative AI and finding a place for it. Again, Shane Thomas in his November 18 Upstream Ag Insights newsletter, he says that while in March, Bayer announced a large language model pilot, this recent announcement with Microsoft is a small language model. He had some good questions, though, at the end of his analysis of the news. One that he posed was agronomy goes far beyond seed and crop protection to fertilizer and irrigation, for example. And can you get enough data and know-how from Bayer to adequately make this model high utility beyond traditional seed and crop protection? Good question, but certainly this Eli expert learning and you, quite a development. I think something that we'll say, yeah, I remember when. But so, pretty cool news.
Very good. All right. Well, hey, I guess we'll kick it back to me. And, I know you've shared some positive news and I've shared some interesting news. I guess it's my turn to be the Debbie Downer now.
The Debbie Downer. Oh, I thought you were going to say you were going to be the turkey. So,
Yeah, no, not quite yet. Nah, don't get ahead of us. So anyhow, this is an item that came from the American Bankers Association. I guess they had your annual meeting in Milwaukee recently, and they were talking about their poll of ag lenders. And they said that in 2024, they're anticipating that only 58% of the borrowers in agriculture will remain profitable, which is a 20% decline of 78% profitability in 2023. The American Bankers Association blamed the combination of lower export demand for U.S. ag goods and the rebound of global inventories that has put significant downward pressure on global commodity prices for the decline.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, again, we've been talking net farm income's going to be down and now profitability also. So,
Yeah, I saw that news item too, and for once I decided to skip over something bad.
see, yeah, I had to bring this back
Nightmare.
down. I'm so sorry. So, well, let's see if we can pump this back up with our end segment. So, time for your favorite part of the show, Miss Laura. Time for Fun with Numbers.
Okay, well, do you mind if I ask? Because it doesn't seem we're alone on this recording. It seems we have some company. Or am I nuts?
Well, yes, I think you're commenting on the, I'm going pirate here. It's not a parrot on my shoulder though. It is a turkey. And the reason for the turkey, if our viewers haven't already guessed, is of course this is the last video that'll air before the Thanksgiving holiday. So we wish everyone out there a happy Thanksgiving. We hope you have a safe one and enjoy all the food and fun and friends and family. And then hopefully you will survive Black Friday if you partake in those kind of things. I know I do not, but I order most of my stuff online, and I don't worry about anything other than UPS being on time. So,
well, yeah, it must be a special edition of Retail Week, because right when you said turkey and Thanksgiving, my dog came in the room, and I just saw her tail.
yeah, my dog understands the word turkey as well. When I say it's turkey day, she just perks up and goes right over to her food dish. She knows what's a coming. So, but anyhow, let's get back to fun with numbers, since we did tease the segment.
Okay.
So, Miss Laura, your number this week is a percentage, 34%. Okay. So, Miss Laura, is 34%. Is that A, the percentage increase in U.S. ag exports to Mexico in 2024? Is it B, the percentage decrease in U.S. ag exports to Mexico in 2024? Is it C, the percentage increase in unshipped U.S. grain exports in 2024? Or is it D, the percentage decrease in correct Fun with Numbers answers by Lara Sowinski in 2024?
Oh, man. Well, I know it's not B.
Okay.
And it could be D, but I'm going to go with A. It's C. Oh.
It is C, yes. No, the correct answer, the percentage increase in unshipped U.S. grain exports for 2024. Skims our friends at the U.S. Department of Agriculture's grain transportation report that says as of November 14th, there's been a 34% year-over-year increase in the unshipped balances. Those are grains that are actually sold but haven't shipped yet, for corn, soybean, and wheat, and that totals 40.81 million metric tons that have not yet gone out.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, so again, this grain has been sold, so it eventually will ship, but it just hasn't shipped like it normally would have by now. So.
Yeah. Do you know what the increase in U.S. ag exports to Mexico was for 24?
I didn't write that down. I just put that in there so I could stick with the export theme and try to fool you, which I did, so I'm sorry.
All good. All right, well.
All right. Well, again, everyone, thanks for joining us for this edition of Crop Life Retail Week. Again, we hope you have a very, very happy and special Thanksgiving 2024, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next week. If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comments section below. Your feedback is important to us. We will try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.